Hello and welcome back to my channel, and welcome back to Malaysia. I'm currently on the east coast of Malaysia in a town called Mersing. I'll show you on a map where I am. Basically this video is all about going up the east coast, all the way from Mersing here, all the way up to the Thai border. And along the way I'll show you many beaches because they're meant to be very, very beautiful. And we'll also dip into some towns and cities along the way. I'll probably make separate videos for some of the more larger cities. But for now, I'm trying to hold this camera steady because there's a bit of a breeze coming off the sea. And yeah, anyway, let's get going, and I'll show you some of the sights here in town before we set off along the coast. And this town of Mersing is used as a base for getting ferries over to some islands. There's one called Tioman Island, which is way over there somewhere. And then there's another island called Rawa, R-A-W-A. Not too sure how you pronounce it. Well, good morning. We've left Mersing and we've come up the coast, up the east coast to Air Papan. As you can see by this sign, and a cute little cat who's looking at me. And this is about 15-20 kilometers north of Mersing, and despite the blue skies, it is actually raining. Wasn't expecting this today. Just a few drops. And these are some of the islands that I was telling you about when I was in Mersing, which you can visit, at least 2 of them. See here, there's a lot of litter on the beach. Can't see that many bins, but there are some. It's a bit better up there, but there's still a lot of litter on the beach. Nobody seems to be clearing it up. But under these trees you can park and get some shade. I think you can also stay at these beaches overnight. I've seen people put tents up, which is probably why there's so much litter. So the next beach along is Teluk Gorek. In fact, there was another beach in between where I'd just come from and this one, but there was a barrier down and I couldn't get to it. Now this one's nicer, and it's in its own bay. It's a lot cleaner as well. So next beach along is called Penyabung. Lovely name. Looks a lot more built up here, commercialised. And here they've got their own jetty. We've got fishermen here. Just show you a couple of guys on these two boats. I don't think there's really much of a beach here. Got some people fishing off the end of the jetty here. Some tourists actually fishing. This cat's playing with this fish. You're meant to eat it, not play with it. We've got an island just off the end of the jetty here. And quite a few boats moored up. So this is Endau, and this is the bridge that goes over the Endau River, I think it's called. And a lot of these towns and cities that I'm going to visit up the east coast are named after the river, or the river's named after the town, and they're normally at the mouth of a big river like this one. And here they've got quite a big fishing community. And this bridge was I think bombed during the war. I'm not too sure, by the Allies. Not this particular bridge, because this is a far newer bridge than what was here during the war, to try and stop the Japanese advancement down the east coast towards Singapore. And there was a big display in the museum in Mersing that I went to yesterday. I'll show you some pictures from there detailing the battle that took place here between the Allies and the Japanese. Okay, so this beach is called Hiburan, and it's near the town of Rompin, I think it's called. The other side of where we just stopped in Endau. And it looks like the further we go north along the coast here, the better the beaches are. This is beautiful. It looks like the tide's going out from what it was earlier when I first set off as well. Really beautiful beach, this one. Very long as well. You see it goes all the way down there. And because this beach is very pretty, it's by far the busiest one so far anyway. People come out for the day. Okay, so this is the next beach. Put the name up on the screen. It's pretty good, this one. Some guys fishing here. And we're about 20 kilometers south of Pekan, which is going to be our next stop. We'll pop into that town and have a little look around. Right then, so we made it to the town of Pekan, and this is the riverfront area. Again, this town's on a river, which I'm guessing is called the Pekan River. And there's also quite a few sites here. I think there's a museum and a mosque and some palaces maybe? I can't remember now, but we'll have a little look around. So this impressive building was built in 1929 for the British residents of Pahang State, and then during World War II it was taken over by the Japanese, before the Sultan of Johor, Abu Bakr, I think his name is, took it over himself as one of his official palaces. And now today it's turned into a museum. We've got some outdoor exhibits here. And as one of the outdoor exhibits, there's 3 or 4 carriages and a diesel loco here. So this mosque used to be the state mosque up until 1976, and I think it was built in 1932. Since 1976 there's been a new mosque that opened up much larger than this one. So these are the gates to the official residence of the Sultan of Pahang. I forgot to tell you that the town here of Pekan is actually a royal town of Pahang. And also what I forgot to tell you was that the name Pekan actually comes from a flower with a rather silly name called yesterday, today, tomorrow. I think it's also known as Kiss Me Quick. There you are. And with the town's royal connections, it has a polo club. There's not many places even back in England have a polo club. But yeah, here we are in Malaysia and we have a polo club, the Royal Pahang Polo Club. So these look like the stables for the polo club. Don't think they're being used at the moment. No horses. No idea if the polo club's still active, but maybe they just bring the horses in whenever there's a meeting and then they just take them away again. Oh, I just heard a horse. So they do keep horses here. I mean, the field is really well kept here. It's not easy to do in this climate. Well, this town's just full of surprises. Right pretty much next door to the polo club, the main building, we've got this steam loco and carriage. I'm guessing this carriage was once used by one of the sultans of Pahang. And they've just put it here on display. Well, good morning and welcome back to the video. I think it's day 3 now of me going up the east coast of Malaysia, visiting some towns and cities as well as lots of beaches along the way. I'll show you where I am now on the map. I'm in a big city called Kuantan and I got here late afternoon yesterday. Spent the night here. There's not a great deal to see here. In fact, one of the main sites, if not the only site, is what you can see on the right of your picture. That's the Kuantan Tower 188, and it's 188 meters tall, and it's the second tallest tower in Malaysia after the one in KL. But that's right on the riverside, so we'll take a look along the riverside in a minute. I just want to show you this view here. not to the rubbish bin. Unfortunately, it's a bit cloudier today. But that's the city's main mosque over there. And then this field is the Padang. And the Padang is normally a recreational area or a parade ground that was set up normally by the British back in the day when they were here. And this is the riverside. The city only exists on the northern side of the river here, but this is the river Kuantan. A lot of the towns and cities along this coast are named after the rivers. Okay, so I've just come up the coast from Kuantan, left it this morning, and this is Cherating. This is Cherating Beach. And it's got quite a big vibe here. There's quite a lot of places to stay here, both high-end and also budget. I'm actually staying here the night in a small sort of chalet. But I just got speaking to a couple of English guys who are staying in my resort. And they said that this particular spot is very popular with surfers. But as you can see, it's not really surfing weather at the moment. It's like a mill pond. And as you can see, the beach goes round the corner here. In fact, I stopped at one resort place just to see how much their rooms were along that section. And they were pretty pricey. That's the other thing I've noticed, is that the price of rooms here, price of hotels, is pretty expensive. Well, good morning. It's another day along the east coast. I left my overnight stop in Cherating about an hour later than I envisaged, because it just wouldn't stop raining. And I've come up the coast to this beach. I'll put the name up on the screen. It's only about 10 kilometers or so north of where I was. And as you can see, things have brightened up. And we've got some blue sky. But there's a big but. There's definitely rain over there, which is the direction where I'm going. So we're actually just come into Terengganu State, and it's said to have the best beaches in not just along the east coast, but in all of Malaysia. So I don't know how many I'm going to be able to see today, because I'm running a bit late, plus the weather's going to be a factor, as you can see. But I'm heading up towards the main city of the state. It's the capital, which is called, I'm just trying to remember what it's called, Kuala Terengganu, and that's where I'm going to stay tonight. So hopefully we'll see a bit along the coast as we go along. So next beach, I'll put the name up. I think it's pronounced Kemasik. And this is the starting point of seeing these rock formations. As you can see there, there's another beach further up that's got a load more of these rock formations, and then it's got a sandbar here where the river goes round it. Lots of fishing boats. But the weather's really perked up. In fact, there was a couple of showers on the way up, but you wouldn't believe I had any rain at all, looking at this. you some more rock formations as we head towards Terengganu. Load of rope and fishing nets all washed up on the coast here on the sand. So close by to where we stopped with those rock formations, this is a turtle conservation centre. So let's go and see inside, see what they've got. So the centre here has lots of information about all different kinds of species of turtles that are found in Malaysia. We have turtles here. And these, I believe, are leatherback turtles. Beautiful. Well, good morning, welcome back. And yes, I'm still on the east coast, and you can see big huge like a sandbar right over there in the distance. I'm currently just west of a town called Tumpat, which is the other side of KB, Kota Bharu. So I've jumped forward up the coast quite a lot. For a couple of reasons. A, I had a problem with my motorbike the other afternoon, so I couldn't show you what I wanted to. That was about 40 kilometers south of Terengganu, and the other problem I had was an afternoon of rain coming up to Kota Bharu. So I couldn't, again, show you some more beaches, but this morning, as you can see, is absolutely stunning. And I'm making my way, really, until the east coast of Malaysia ends and meets the border at Thailand. And there's still a lot of litter on these beaches. I'm guessing it's been washed up, along with this driftwood. It's just plastic everywhere. Real shame. You can see it goes all the way down there, and then there's a small hill. I think that small hill is part of Thailand. And that's where I'm going to leave off this video for now. If you like it, then why not give me a big thumbs up down below, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.